Welcome, everyone, to Generation Dan, the podcast that we record in August for some reason. August, it's the worst month of all time. I'm Atlas Novak. I'm your millennial. Who else is here with me?
I'm Dino, the genetic marvel. It's my birthday in like a week, so August is great for me.
Yeah, for one day, and the other 30 days? How cool is that? Yeah, fuck August.
Listen,
dog. Hi, I'm Pete. I'm gonna recharge my thing real quick.
Okay. Peter Skobel is our guest today. Caleb has work stuff again.
Good.
So, would you say good?
I said, what's good?
Oh, what's good? Okay.
Hang out.
Pete, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm hanging in there, man. Shaking hands, kissing babies. Sunday. You know, gotta get to work tomorrow, but till then, I'm happy.
Sunday.
fantastic.
Katie and I are watching Who's Line right now because I found out they have it on HBO Max. So we're like, oh yeah, this is great to just have on in the background.
Right on.
Yeah.
I remember, Who's Line growing up. That shit was, I used to watch that with my family.
I didn't realize how much they rip on Bill Clinton.
Oh yeah, everyone did. He's the president.
Yeah, but like for a long time.
Oh yeah. Well, like this the thing is, that was creative gold, right? Like, because Bill Clinton is such a it's an easy name to rhyme with as well. Like, and the whole story is like nobody didn't know about Bill Clinton.
Yeah, he was Slick Willie for a reason, and then like we found out. It was one of those things I feel like that was like funny to like joke about, and then like because we didn't have proof, like direct proof, and then when everything came out, like exactly the scope of the shit that he did, it's just like, oh, fuck. It's like the same. It's like
they like made fun of Bill Clinton on Who's Line, like for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It's just, but it was such low hanging fruit that everyone knew, right? Like, and think about like at what point in history do you think people didn't think that was happening for the president? That the president wasn't getting a blowjob in the Oval Office, right? Like, not to say that it was always a matter of infidelity, but you're like, listen, if I'm the president, I'm gonna get my wife to give me a blowy in the Oval Office at least, right? Like. I mean, that seems reasonable.
Nancy Reagan was called the throat goat of Los Angeles, so I don't think.
Listen, she's the first throat goat of the United States.
Back then. It's been rebranded as that, but like, I think like what used to be like a funny joke, haha. Like now it's kind of like, oh wow, like you kind of realize like what he did exactly, which is like
like post Me Too. It's a little gruesome.
Yeah, like post Me Too. You're like, oh shit! Like this guy really, the president of the United States. Like, come on, you know he took advantage of that power dynamic. You know what I mean? Like, that's not as fun.
But that's the whole thing, right? Was Bill Clinton? You're like, Bill Clinton was a cool guy. You're going, hey, Harvey Weinstein is gross on a stick. He's doing the same shit. And you're going, oh no, that's definitely not okay, right? So. Right. It's that weird dichotomy of, someone says, oh, you look nice today, and you're going, ew, you're gross. Whereas if it's a very attractive man who says, oh, you look good, when we're like, oh, thank you,
So, like...
I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole.
I would.
I'm married and old and fucking born in the 80s. I got nothing to lose.
I was a wee lad when all of that was going on. To me, Bill Clinton was, oh, yeah, he's like the cool... president or whatever. I just learned how to read, and then and then Bush came around, and then like Bush was so easy to dunk on, especially for my parents who were like my parents were pretty like center left, like liberal, like NPR listeners, right? So they dunked on him a lot, like Bush is an idiot, Iraq War is bad, blah 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 blah. But for Clinton, they were like, he was a good president, but also that was pretty fucked up what happened.
Yeah. They almost,
how old were you when all that stuff went down with Clinton?
I may have been 8.
8?
Okay.
Like. Yeah. So you're between Dino and I somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like
technically between, but like, man.
Numerically, yes.
I was, yeah.
1995, 1997. So yeah, I was like 5 to 7 years old.
Yeah. I was right that perfect age where I'm like, I know exactly what that news report means. Oh my god! And I was like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a porno in the White House, baby. That's how it's gonna work.
My first like major court case was definitely the O.J. Simpson trial. Like, it's kind of like almost like my first memories, like my first core memories would be like driving in a car with like my grandma or like my mom and my dad, and like them listening to the O.J. Simpson trial when I was like 4 or 5 or something like that. It's like wild. Like in my like core memories. It's strange.
That's pretty messed up. Okay, hold on. So, Peter, did you grow up in in California?
I grew up in California. I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Okay, because it's funny because like, granted, it was world news, but also it was local news for you guys, right? Whereas like I'm in Toronto, Canada, right? I heard about it, but I heard it at nighttime. People were making fun, right? So
it was a side quest for you, huh?
Not quite a side quest, but like a really, really cool side quest that everyone was watching at nighttime. Like that's
Okay, yeah. No, it took up the news up and down. Like, who even knows how many coups happened in the meantime? But like, we were like too busy listening to O.J. Simpson.
Oh well, listen. That's the weird part about just not just fame, but like movies and that entire creative aspect of the universe is California. That's it. Like that's what everyone thinks, right? Obviously, it isn't. There's more to it, but that's a huge amount, right?
Really, listen, as a California, it's really like
from the border up to
from Toronto, and I was like, my first question was like, how do you feel about the bare naked ladies? That's like all I get from you guys. Like,
or Russia.
I'm like, oh, Canada, cool. Like, I mean, bare naked ladies seem like some chill ass dudes. Tight. Otherwise, I'm like, oh, this is California. If you're like from like Snoresville, Virginia, or some shit, I don't like.
Yeah. Also, there's like the SoCal NorCal rivalry, right? Because you have like Baja and San Diego, and there's that, and then you have the LA area, which also has like the Inland Empire and stuff attached to it. Then nothing, basically.
Central California, San Luis Obispo,
Silicon Valley. That's in the last couple decades, even.
We don't call Silicon Valley. It's the Bay Area. It's always been the Bay Area.
And then the rest of it is just Oregon.
Goddamn billionaires came by, and when fucking COVID happened, and everyone and like all the billionaires were like, maybe we'll go to Texas, and then there's all these like news articles like, what's it gonna do about housing in the Bay Area? The Bay Area needs it. It's like, nah, the Bay Area, we never needed you. Like, we were fine. We were happy just being like hippies and pirates and like hookers and like drug dealers and gangsters and shit, and like having a good time.
That's the best life, though. Come on.
It was a pirate's life, and then you guys came in and you decided to take all of our fun culture, and then you made it lame, and then you made rent fucking $5,000, and then we all had to leave. It's like, dude, please get the fuck out of here, techies. We'll be fine. Like, we're cool. Like, open up our dive bars and shit.
Once you get past,
Dino, how do you feel about the bare naked ladies?
I love the bare naked ladies. Lovers in a Dangerous Time makes me cry every time I hear it, just for the one line. Sorry,
go on. No.
It was just for the one line where they say, got a kick in the darkness until it bleeds daylight. And you're like, man, that touched me in my dark, soulless heart.
What about Gordon, the album Gordon?
Gordon was the first one, right? Yeah.
Was it the second one? I don't know. Hello City.
Yeah.
Grade 9.
I'm not that Canadiana. Like, I'm not like, ooh, I'm like, that's not.
Oh no, you're a pro wrestling guy then, or what? What kind of Canadian are you? I'm trying to figure this out.
Well, I'm Greek, so I'm more so. I'm a foreign traveler that has landed in a place that has healthcare and not too bad taxes. So
fair enough. Just trying to get a scope on the land, my man. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, Gordon. Yes. Maybe you should drive.
Yes.
Born on a pirate ship.
Yes.
Rock Spectacle.
Yes.
Stunt, which is their big breakout hit. Maroon. Everything to on with your bad self.
I remember like 2 of those. And I'm like, this is the thing is, for me, I've always been an enjoyer of many different types of music, but at the same time, people are like, oh, do you want to go to a concert? And I'm like, I'm 6'2" and 400 pounds. No, I don't want to be crammed in with
You
people.
rule like kings when you're that big, dude.
Listen, yeah, I did that. Now I'm an old man. Okay, now I'm just like, hey, listen, if you hit me, listen, at my age, I don't have stamina. Okay, I used to have stamina when I was young and fat. Now I'm old and fat. So now it's like, listen, I get one shot, and that's just gonna be my thumb to your eyeball.
One opportunity.
And then
you come off as a come to an eyeball man, I must say.
To seize everything you've ever wanted. One moment, would you capture it or just let it?
That's how that works. Because look, this is the thing: is you just learn how to make people stop doing stuff. Like the best thing is if you're play fighting or roughhousing and someone won't back off, you just slowly put your finger right over their eye, let them blink, and you start pushing in, and they will back off. That is just a scientific fact. And ladies, for your own defense, listen. Just watch the Three Stooges. Just pow right there.
Yeah.
Right in this, worst case scenario,
move, right?
Yeah. Well, they could go for it, but I'm pretty sure their focus is elsewhere. So just pow.
Literally focus.
Hey man, it's just something you got to do. Now, this is why like it's different. It's a different world to be so close to that environment of movies and stardom and famous people, right? Like if like even now, like they record in Toronto, they record a lot of movies and pretend that it's New York, right?
Yeah.
So you'll see the wrong signs in places all the time, and it's quite profitable for Toronto. But like we heard that Jensen Ackles was here recording The Boys, and my wife was like, "Damn!" I'm like, "Shut up, woman. You are married. You don't need to know when Jensen Ackles is in town, okay?" So
hey.
I can only imagine dating, like, and some famous guy walks in and is like, "Hey, yeah, god damn it." Oh well.
What's his name? Who's the really angry English chef?
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
All right, so yeah, when I was in college, I was dating a girl, and like she's like, my crush is like I have a huge crush on Gordon Ramsay, and I was like, what? Why? And she's like, I don't know. He's like a dude who's like really like angry and passionate. And then I had like beef with him, but I was like, dude, that's like the fucking perfect thing. I'm like, that's like
okay.
like apparently that's who you are. Oh, you're just like an angry dude who's like very passionate. I was like, oh, like in hindsight, I'm like, you're safe. It would be like if someone was like, if Atlas's girlfriend was like, I have a crush on Bigfoot or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
being big and angry. I'm telling you,
that's all I got.
Worked to my advantage for a very long time.
Okay, I just need to see a sketch where it's Gordon Ramsay, and he's like in bed with a woman, and he's just yelling at her pussy for not like being wet enough or something.
That was
you
terrible.
Fucking donkey.
I feel like he'd be a nicer gentleman about it.
No. But
apparently he's like the nicest guy in the world, and then they're like, "Oh
because you have to be. If that's like your persona of being a dick to everybody, like you have to be a nice person.
Yeah, you have to double down on the niceness. That's the problem.
Yeah, and that's just like it's unmaintainable. You're like, I can't. That's why, like, a lot of these things, like the YouTube videos and podcasts, it's like people are like, if you don't swear, it's easier. And I'm like, yeah, but then I can never fucking swear. And I'll be honest with you, I love to fucking swear. It's
pretty fun. Yeah,
it's not just fun; it's fucking great. Okay, it's a great pastime.
I watched, or I was listening to an episode of Every Little Thing the other day, and they were talking about how there have been studies that swearing increases your pain tolerance by 5%.
Sounds fair.
Because I guess because like as a little kid, there's no word. Don't say fuck at the dinner table or whatever. Like your brain knows to like release adrenaline when that word is said. So like if someone taught you, hey, you can't say the word like Davenport or else that's a no. Davenport is a no word. Your brain would release adrenaline at Davenport. So like just any word could be made to mean that or do that for your body.
The more you know.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Atlas.
The more you swear, the less fun it becomes.
That's true.
But there's also something about pronunciation that like really changes the game. Like,
sure,
you can't just be like, if you're like, oh fuck, doesn't mean nothing, right? But if you're like, oh fuck, Like that brings in some like weird memories about your dad storming into the room. Like, why the fuck is everything such a mess out here? And you're like, oh god, you know,
Yeah.
you have to make your chest.
Let's keep it light there, Peter. Let's keep it light. No, but that's that whole idea of like just say it with your chest where you're like, God damn, and you're like, just everybody calm down, right? And even like when little kids are learning karate and shit like that too, it's the same idea where you're like, and I'm like, listen, that helps little people feel strong, right? Me, I'm an ogre. I just grab and crush people. It's fantastic.
You're supposed to breathe out when you throw a punch, like it adds to the power somehow.
But also imagine taking in like a really like sexy breath in when you throw a punch. That's it. We should probably ask Peter these questions.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. All right.
Listen, first embarrassing song on your playlist, Peter.
Playlist, yeah.
Ooh, embarrassing song on my playlist. Oh, you know what? Like, I forgot to do it, to like do the research for it, but I promise you,
I don't know if it's research, it's you.
Well, I mean, I have to look at my like from radio. I'm like, all right. Yeah. But you know what? I fucking like plenty of fucking embarrassing songs, and it's like at this point, what are you gonna do? Like,
just like think when it comes on, like you're in the car with someone, you have your playlist on. When the song comes, what's the one where you like skip it because you're like, oh shit, they're gonna find out it's California.
Let's find out. Actually, this will be a good thing. We'll put it on my Spotify playlist.
Yeah,
and then I'll see which one I'm like, no. Hold up.
Fantastic.
I was gonna say I don't know how much of this.
This is the smartest way to do this. This is visceral. This is visceral. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm leaving it to God. Hold up. This is great podcasting right now. Don't worry about it. Turns out all of my songs rule. So, like, you know, what are you going to do about it, man? Like, I don't know. How you guys doing? Oh, look. You know what? I'll say fucking... All right, random ass song. If it was to come out, I'm on a road trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and my boys, we're putting my Spotify Life from Radio on shuffle. We're rolling the dice. One bullet in the holster, in the thing. Bam, loving you by Minnie Riperton. Because no one wants that. It's a great song, but it's like.
Is it the one loving you? That or
easy because you're beautiful.
Yeah.
If you're gonna put that, you can't have that in your homeboy's fucking thing. But honestly, you know what it would be? Anything from the Bare Naked Ladies.
Bare Naked Ladies freaking roll.
Because low key, all right. So my first CD I ever bought was Bare Naked Ladies Stunt. I was like 8. Bought it at Sam Goody. And then for Christmas, they got me Gordon, the album.
Okay.
And I fucking loved Gordon, and I lived in complete fear of someone knowing that I really do appreciate the Bare Naked Ladies.
Hey,
I think Bare Naked Ladies are more appreciated as us millennials have gotten older.
I don't think so, man.
No?
No, dude. There's no way I'm gonna. This is gonna have my fucking like full name, Peter Skobel, and then my boys are gonna look it up. My family's gonna look this up and be like, "Man, so you like the Bare Naked Ladies?" Like, you think my people are gonna be okay with the fact that I like early Bare Naked Ladies?
Early Bare Naked Ladies, not even the.
I'm about to run out the whole goddamn hood because they're like, "Yo, dog, you like Bare Naked Ladies? Get the fuck out of town." That's a big. I'm fucking giving you my truth here. All right.
Okay, that might be because like me, I'm from Santa Monica. It's full of like rich yuppies and hippies and shit. Like they don't care.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, I have an image to maintain here, Atlas.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying. I don't have an image to maintain.
And you're fucking welcome. That, you know what, Gordon is a great album. Grade 9, perfect.
Yeah,
It's a fun, jovial album full of a bunch of fucking fun nerds. Even if we never knew each other anyway, wonderful song.
If I had $1 million, that was the
If I
first
had
song.
$1 million.
Yeah.
Brian Wilson. All of these songs.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It was a great album.
Yes.
So
if
you have a problem
two facts. Number one, most of their videos that look like they were kind of like just where they were hanging out and they videotaped is literally like 2 highway stops away from where I am right now. Number one. Number two, when I was young, the Bare Naked Ladies were supposed to play the New Year's Eve party. But then the mayor was like, listen, they have the word Bare Naked Ladies in their name. They're not going to play it. It's against Canadian morals. And they were struck it, and they weren't allowed to play New Year's Eve party, which is honestly the funniest fucking loser thing to ever do in the world. It's great because they're dorks.
That's the funniest thing about me is that like that they had any controversy. It was a huge thing. And you're like, this is literally like, have you ever been to like when you're in high school, did you guys have like a weird like pod or area for the drama kids? Mm-hmm. That was like, this is where the drama kids stay. It was like literally like Deliverance, like this is where the drama kids go, and they just have terrible acne, and they just make out with each other and like finger each other and shit. And no shoes. Never go there ever again. That's for them.
And no shoes on any of them. Not one.
And low like it's Hamlet.
Naked ladies were. Yeah. Like they were just harmless nerds.
The redhead with the beret, you're like, who wears that, you loser?
No one. Dude, they were wearing kilts and shit. Yeah. And I was like, these are like the biggest band of nerds. But it's just, you put them on the same pedestal as Guns N' Roses or like whatever the fuck. Because at least it has guns in it, but like, the Bare Naked Ladies. It's like the least. You can't fuck to the Bare Naked Ladies, period.
No, you can't.
No one's ever had sex to the Bare Naked Ladies to this day.
Not even the Bare Naked Ladies. Let's be honest.
None of the Bare Naked Ladies, even that they base the name of the band from, have ever had sex to the Bare Naked Ladies. The titular Bare Naked Ladies never even had sex to the Bare Naked Ladies. These are just facts.
I need to find a stripper that strips to Bare Naked Ladies songs.
Yeah, have fun having sex with fucking Brian Wilson. Riding bare, just like Brian Wilson did. Yeah, she's just like, you're just throwing.
That's when she goes upside down and just slides down the pole.
Riding bare. Impossible.
Now I'm trying to think of somebody actually trying to fuck to the Bare Naked Ladies, and they're doing.
It's a rough one, man.
It's to one week, and they're doing it during the rap parts.
Oh, they will do something. Yeah.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah, no, none of them had it. Honestly,
I don't think so, man.
All right, tell me the difference between any late Eminem song and the lyrics to Stunt. It's the same thing. Like, they're just speaking really fast and rhyming. It's the same fucking concept.
Hey, man.
I feel like Bare Naked Ladies don't have that righteous anger that Eminem has, but
Eminem doesn't have any righteous anger anymore. Get out of
anymore.
Not anymore. No, definitely not.
Well, he had it. He's been sober for 20 years.
Yeah. What a loser.
One moment. Hold on.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
That's fantastic. But yeah, no, that's...
All I'm thinking about is somebody trying to fuck to the Bare Naked Ladies.
Obviously. Of course. That's the most reasonable...
Okay. Listen. Which would be worse to try and have sex to? Bare Naked Ladies or They Might Be Giants? Because I feel like they kind of occupy...
They Might Be Giants you can definitely still bang to, period.
Now he comes back.
I came back to that. My lady came home. And she was walking past, so there's that. But
hey, that's how life is.
There's someone's gotten laid to real big fish. Not the Bare Naked Ladies, however.
Istanbul, not Constantinople. means something.
That wasn't Real Big Fish. That was they. Oh no,
that was Flood. That's
no, that was They Might Be Giants. You're right, actually.
Oh.
I think we got things mixed up. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, let's ask him another one.
That's a good idea.
What's something you like to do because you're a grown up and no one can stop you?
Breakfast for dinner, something like that.
Breakfast for dinner, always a good one.
The most common answer is drugs. Which,
yeah, no, that's where I was going. Yeah. It's Sunday. It's 3 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get drunk. Because
Are you drinking? Yeah.
Not right now. Not currently. You'd think I would. Honestly, you guys are kind of fucking up my drinking time. But
listen, I just ate edibles on screen, so just go for it.
He's high literally every episode we do of this. So
yeah, I just smoked. It's called Blue Velvet. There's a lot. I'll tell you that much.
I'm trying to think of what happened. What else do I do? Honestly, like,
I think as long as it doesn't mess up like your personal or professional life, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking it.
Yeah.
I mean, just spending the day, I guess, just kind of high watching movies. I watched Copland for the first time today.
Your thoughts?
Well, I fell asleep halfway through, but I know that
that's reasonable.
I don't know if that's a good.
It's no. It depends on when you woke up, if you got the ending or not.
The ending, they all shoot each other, right?
Okay, but it's the why, right?
It's like that one guy still alive, right?
Yeah. It's well, you know what? Let's just realistically, if you haven't watched it, people, we're going to ruin something for you. But if you haven't watched it, that's your own damn fault. Okay, Copland was the resurgence of Sylvester Stallone to movies, and he packed on like 60 pounds. So this is
he looked
heavy breathing. Oh, he looks like crap. Okay.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, he's a good guy. He's a good cop, and the thing is, he was surrounded by bad, not like real bad people. But
they're like whiny cops. They're like, "Oh, things are so hard for us." Yeah.
They're the ones where people are like, "Oh, cops are bastards." It's those cops you're speaking about.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone is the one where you're like, "Hey, man, that's the guy who helped out my buddy when he was lost or something," right? The other ones, the bad guys, those are the cops that everyone hates. Which you're like, yeah, that's fair. That's reasonable. I get it.
Yeah, I wasn't really like Harvey Keitel kind of sucked in it, to be honest.
I don't get the hype about Harvey Keitel.
I didn't know there was hype for Harvey Keitel.
That's why.
There's a movie he did, Bad Lieutenant.
Oh, Bad Lieutenant's gnarly.
Which is apparently like super crazy hardcore, and he like shows his wang and everything.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but at the same time, I'm kind of going. He looks like an imitation version of Al Pacino or Robert De Niro or something. Like he's like the Wish.com version. I'm not a fan, but what do
honestly, if you want to see a good Harvey Keitel movie, it's called The Duelist. That shit is fucking fire. Have you ever heard of it? It's a historical drama about these two French sergeants or like French soldiers who like move up in the military. And then they have this culture of like you could like challenge anybody to a duel.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just Harvey Keitel the whole movie just being like, I challenge you to a duel, asshole. And he just has this long-standing beef with, I can't remember who the actor is, but like it goes through like their whole military careers, and it's just them like constantly beefing, tit for tat. Like Harvey Keitel felt like slighted at some point, and so he's like, "Yo, pistols at dawn," or like sword fighting, and they're just beating each other up. And sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, sometimes it's a draw. It's a good one. Check out The Duelist.
When you say challenge them to a duel, I know you mean guns and swords. My brain filled it in as Yu-Gi-Oh.
No. Right.
Why? We lasted 31 minutes, Atlas. 31 minutes, which, let's be honest, that might be a record, but still.
That might be a record, but just like that's what my brain filled it in as. They're standing on opposite buildings with dual discs and shit. So
no, check
sorry.
out Duelist. This shit rules.
The Duelist.
Anyway.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, I just saw a movie called I Love My Dad. Have you guys seen that?
No. I like to keep my emotions on the inside.
It is starring Patton Oswalt. And the premise is...
Just tell him you love him. Just tell Patton Oswalt you love him. Get it out of the way. He's just going to say, hey.
I went to go see it because literally I was looking at movies for that weekend. I was like, that's Patton. I have to see it because I love Patton. Yeah. So the premise is he plays like kind of a shitty dad, and his son has cut off contact with him. Has blocked him on social media. So he catfishes his own son. He pretends to be he makes a profile based on like a waitress he saw in a diner, and then the entire movie, like every time two people talk, instead of like just showing the screen with the speech bubbles and stuff, it's the two people talking. So it shows like the kid talking and like the waitress is talking to him, and then when they like do weird editing tricks where it'll be like them making out, and then later in the movie it just shows Patton and the kid and it's like it's a really fucked up dark comedy, but it's really funny. Go watch it.
What else you guys got talking wise? Let's go.
Yeah. All right, last one then.
What do you mean I'm an adult?
What was a time where people either saw you as an adult or you felt like an adult?
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Anyone? The first time someone saw me as an adult?
Yeah.
Well,
like treated you as one.
Even more so that you were kind of like, "What? You mean I'm in charge?" You're like, okay. That's a bad decision.
The first time this is a weird one, but the first time I ever was like, oh shit, I'm an adult, was I went to my friend's place. It was like back in my hometown. And then cops came up to arrest him. And then they patted us down. And then they were like, do you have anything you can like stick us with in there, sir? And I was like, damn, cops are calling me sir now?
Well, when they used to call you like what, son? Or
son, or like the way they did
it.
Boy. It was I was like 19, 18 or whatever. And I was just like, Jesus. I don't know. Yeah, you're on some deep shit. There we go.
First time a cop called you sir. It's interesting.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's not even like some like dick like, you know, measuring shit. That was just like, if I could think of any one time, I literally can only think of that one point where I was just like, sir? Fuck. Yeah. How's that?
There's been many answers. That's like the most like harrowing one.
Oh yeah.
It's not that harrowing.
Well, that's the thing is it's one of those situations where it's like, you have anything in that can poke us, sir? And you're like, who's the sir with us? And then you're like, me? Me?
That's me?
Oh,
fuck.
No. The fuck are you talking about, you crazy? Yeah. It just is fucking hilarious. Like, realistically, that kind of a situation is like can only end in shenanigans, right? And that's what makes it hilarious. Right?
What are you gonna do? Well, that's your answer. Have fun. How about you?
What, first time we felt like adults?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, those are pretty good. We actually talked about that when last week?
It's a few weeks ago. Credit ground.
No. It's more so that we just we didn't have a guest, so we were doing our questions ourselves and just trying to experiment to see how that is, because we hadn't said. For me, it was a time when I don't remember if it was this one or if I said something else. Was a girl called me sir that I was trying to pick up, and I was like, oh, this is weird. I was like, I was only like 16, but I was like, yo, you just called me sir. That's not right. I think I'm done for the day, and I'm just gonna go the other way.
A girl you were trying to pick up called you sir? Like,
we got separated, and then she saw me and was like, sir, and I was like, it really hurt because I was like, I was only I was 16, 15, 16. Like, I wasn't old. And I just got CERD. And I was like, oh, dang. I didn't have facial hair or anything. I was still young.
You got
but
CERD.
yeah, I got CERD. It was pretty rough.
You got CERD?
Yeah, see,
Okay,
Atlas,
I thought the episode title was going to be Davenport is a no word. No, you got CERD.
Yeah, you got CERD. It's
you're
definitely
welcome.
listen. It's that situation, man.
What about you, Atlas? What you got, bro?
Time I felt like an adult. I can't remember what my answer was from a few weeks ago. What?
Do you feel like an adult, Atlas?
I do feel like an adult. I actually kind of had a moment like that today where so for a little context for if this happens to be your first episode, Dan, whatever. I live in the valley of LA. It's hot. It's 96 right now.
Isn't that where they record all the pornography?
Pretty much. Or what is that, 40 something for Celsius?
Anyway. First off, everyone records porn everywhere now. It's called Pornhub.
That's true. It's called YouPorn. Anyway, so
it's Pornhub. No one goes to YouPorn. You fucking
cell phone technology. Thank you very much.
What the hell? No one goes, dude. Atlas, go to Pornhub. No one goes to YouPorn, dude. That's fucked up, bro. Edit that out. Don't let anyone know that you go to YouPorn, dog. That shit is fucked.
I'm leaving that in because that's funnier. But so I live on the second floor, and the way my apartment is shaped, the AC doesn't reach our bedroom where I am currently sitting, because it's like the living room is long, and the AC is like over here, and the bedroom is like down a hallway over here, so it doesn't really reach back here. Yeah. So recently, Katie and I have just been sleeping in the living room. Like, she's been sleeping on the couch. I brought in like a ton of blankets and it's like a sleepover basically.
Did you guys make forts?
Kinda.
Have to.
Yeah, you have to. Lots of pillows. Yeah. Just. Yeah. So we've been doing that.
You could just make a sex cave. Like, it's the best.
Yeah.
All right. Relax, Dino. Nobody needs that imagery in their head.
Everyone should build a sex cave once in their life. It doesn't have to be extravagant, and it doesn't have to be permanent. But
yes,
go on,
sex
please.
Cave. Anyway, so we've been sleeping in the living room, and then I was visiting my mom today, and she found out about that, and like her head exploded because she's like, nobody gets a good night's sleep on the floor. We've evolved past that. I swear to God, this is what she said. We've evolved past sleeping on the floor. And I basically had to tell her, first off, there's nothing you can do. This is the best option that I have with the way my apartment works. A. B, it's none of your business. C, I'm taking care of it best I can, and leave me alone. And where you kind of just have to tell your parent, instead of it being like, yes, don't punish me, whatever, it was standing up to your parent as an adult and just being like, dude, fuck off. Like,
yeah. That's your, like, when you first felt like you're an adult.
It was definitely not the first time, and it's not going to be the last, but it was a time that I felt like an adult.
A time.
Yeah. Because we've had guests on here multiple times, so you can't ask them the same question twice. Like,
honestly, yeah. You know what is a good sign that you're an adult is that you just don't tell your parents anything. How's your life going? It's going all right.
Yeah.
You don't understand how.
Damn, you didn't know.
It's the skill of learning how to talk without actually giving up any information. Because any information you give up, then people want to give an opinion. Be like, oh, when I dealt with that, and you're like, no, I don't need your opinion. Just, I got it. Thanks. No problem.
As they say, the art of using many words to say nothing at all.
Listen, guys, I spent the afternoon starting my build of Ecto 1. I'm
not gonna lie, that tracks.
Yeah. Okay. I've just decided that I'm done with being an adult. It was horrible. I tried it. It was the worst. So now I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. Let's just have some fun. Listen, I spent my day. I built.
Infinity Gauntlet, right? That was the last one.
No. Then I unboxed. I got Beaker and Dr. Honeydew Bunsen out of minifigures in Lego. Yeah, just weird shit like that. Because why the fuck not?
Is that a real brick background?
No. It's a green screen.
No, I'm just kidding, Tom.
But the best part is, if you look,
whoa,
see, I got all sorts of cool stuff under there. So,
are those? Damn, those
Damn, I might screenshot that. That's
listen, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I've been putting out shorts of just crazy shit that I've been building. Like, I also have here is my Lego Optimus Prime that kind of started it all. It was kind of
dude. That was Orson Welles' last.
Yeah, he played Unicron, and I'm like, listen, and he ate himself to death. I'm trying to do the same thing, and I can do that crazy voice, but and you'll get nothing. I'm like, yeah, listen, I could be the next Orson Welles. I got the beard, I got the fat guy talent.
Yeah, all you have to do is make Citizen Kane real quick.
Yeah, read War of the Worlds.
I'll do it on my Samsung S21.
Do it on your podcast right now.
Exactly. That's
my favorite thing about Dino's background is that he has a picture of someone handing keys over to someone else just to like rub it into Caleb and I that will never own a house. That's why he has that.
I felt that it really cemented how I feel about things.
Oh, so the Canadian owns a house. Must be nice, huh?
Yeah.
More than one, I'll tell you. So.
Oh, wow.
Da, 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 da.
Right, when the revolution happens, where will you hide?
Yeah.
Guy, I'm 6'2", 400 pounds. The answer is nowhere. I can't hide. I'm gonna walk around with a little shrub, just like I'm a tree. I made my own my own background was my own face as Totoro, and I'm like, yeah, I look like I can't hide from anything. Listen, I'll show right here. That's the thing. Like right in the corner, if you look up, it's upside down, but it's me.
I need to rewatch Totoro. It's been a long time.
I haven't aged my life. It's in our cycle.
What's your favorite Ghibli movie?
I don't know. All I know is that Ninja Scroll rules.
Guy, Ninja Scroll was.
Ninja Scroll.
I saw that on VHS, man. I saw that on VHS
all day.
Yeah.
That's all. That's my anime. Is Ninja Scroll.
That would have been probably 95. I saw that.
Yeah, that's a wild one.
Oh, guy, in the first 3 minutes, you see titty and fucking. You're like, that's top tier anime, right?
Yeah, but if you even hug that girl, she's gonna kill you.
Come on, man, that's the greatest. You're like, this is a genius first move. You're like, oh, that's crazy. Come on.
That rolled, yeah. Shout out to Ninja Scroll.
No, hey man.
Yeah,
it's just history.
I gotta rewatch that, especially because I watched it as a kid, and then that was before I became a history nerd. And I was a history nerd. I gotta go back and
gotta watch Ninja Scroll, all the Lone Wolf and Cub.
My favorite when I was a kid, my favorite Ghibli movie was Kiki's Delivery Service, just because we had it on VHS, and I don't know, Kirsten Dunst is a good voice actress. I don't know why I liked it. Phil Hartman being awesome. And
wait, Phil Hartman's in Kiki's Delivery Service?
Yeah, he's the cat. He's Gigi.
No shit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think it was one of the last things he did.
Hi, you may know me from Kiki's Delivery Service.
I'm Troy McClure.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might know me from Kiki's Delivery Service or Ninja Scroll.
Well, he was supposed to be Zap Brannigan on on Futurama, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the rest of the dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Checkmate. Listen, it's that kind of stuff. See,
I made it with a woman, Kiff. Inform the men. Yeah.
So fantastic. Oh.
All right, moving on. What else we got?
Let's go. Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Here. What was the?
Are we cramming them all together, all four of them? Or?
Well, no. We can do the last one. Well, we can.
I don't know how this is.
Don't worry.
So typically, the format is like the first three questions are somewhere in the beginning, but
yes,
it's complete chaos. The last one we saved for like after we plug our social media.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So,
So, Peter, where can everyone find you? As you are a highly entertaining person and seem to be entertaining. So why not?
You can find me on Instagram at SkullSnacks21. I probably won't add you because mind your own business. I run an open mic and a very funny comedy show at the Mexican Village in Koreatown. Our open mic is every Tuesday at 7:15. We've been around for about 4 years. We're a goddamn institution. And
that's true. And you made it through COVID too.
We made it through COVID. We don't give a fuck. And it's like, we built ourselves a nice little community and all that. And then we've started a whole show called Acupolco Goldie's Presents. It's reminiscent of Comedy Central Presents. And we throw a show whenever we got the best talent we can get. Nice. So keep coming to the open mics. And if you don't, then you're a loser. If you're one of us, know that you are one. If you're not, then you never were one. You know what I mean? That's how we do.
It's probably the angriest self-plug I've ever heard.
Of course.
But that's the whole thing, right? If you're not even willing to Google me, then just fucking leave me alone. Don't even bother, right? I'm not interested in
it's also like I got my own personal life I gotta worry about. But go if you know me, then look me up. If you want to learn about more stuff, do some internet digging.
I think that's how Dino plugs himself. Is just look up Dino the Genetic Marvel. You can find him. It's hard to miss, right?
I can't hide.
Find me. Yeah.
He's got that little plush.
Dog.
This is how I'll hide like this. Okay. You can't see me. I'm hiding behind a tree. Come on, let's not be ridiculous, okay, people? No, on my channel, if you check out my YouTube channel, Dino the Genetic Marvel, I've been doing all sorts of weird stuff. I'm building a ton of Lego, unboxing Transformers, transforming Transformers, but then also I'm finding magic little treasures, like this little fucking chubby cheeks guy who looks like a Michelin Man version of a Buddha. It's very, very funny. If you see, it's very cool.
Shit.
It's this big. It's very funny.
I was going to say, it kind of reminds me of the Stay Puft Man.
A little bit. It's the Michelin Man as well. It's a weird little thing, but and then also Wednesdays I have a couple shows during the week, then a couple comedies, then a movie watching thing on Wednesdays, which we just did Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, which is a great movie. It's actually on YouTube, and we just sat and talked about it and made jokes about stuff. It was pretty funny.
What, like an MST3K type deal, or is it like you were talking about it after the fact?
No. I actually live streamed it. So essentially, I just opened a window and played it with sound, and then me and Cole just commentary the whole thing. Because, why the hell not? We have nothing better to do, and I just want to watch the movie again. So it's great. Atlas.
You can find me at Atlas Novak on Twitter, Instagram, or you can follow my other podcast at Nexus at Nights. In those same places. That's about a trading card game called Card Fight Vanguard. And unfortunately, it's also the reason I don't get to go to the Mexican Village mic, because it's happening as I'm recording that podcast. So I go when I can, though. You see me when I'm able to. I'm sorry. You can also find our third host that's not here, Caleb, at Caleb C. McDuff on Twitter. He's around. He does music and stuff.
We should just get his address and dox him. Be like, go to his house. Go see him.
I don't even have his address. I don't know where the fuck he lives. Anyway,
Google him. We can find him.
Google him. We can find him. Sweet zombie Jesus. All right. Let's. As a comedian, Pete, what is the most memorable set you've had? Good, bad, weird, anything?
That's a good question. I can either end it with a positive note or a negative note. I think I end it with the most positive. And you know what? I'll give it up to the first set I ever did.
Okay.
It was done by, our boy, Sean Hyatt and Ryan O'Toole, who put on a really great independent comedy show called Group Shower.
Oh, I know Group Shower.
Yeah, and I met him through the Karma Lounge, which is where I met you.
R.I.P. Karma Lounge.
R.I.P. I mean, the whole open mic that I do is literally just taking all the juice out of the
Elements,
Condo Lounge and making it our own. But yeah, that was my first show there, and it was like honestly one of the highlights of my life. It was it was really nice. Everyone was like, I fucking killed that shit. So I'll fucking take it for that. So like that's like one of my most memorable ones. I'm gonna leave that on like just some positivity, But shout out to Sean Hyatt, shout out to Ryan O'Toole, shout out to Group Shower, and shout out to all the Florida homeboys. I'll leave it with that.
Group shower.
Nice.
Group Shower.
All right.
Yeah, fun times.
Cool.
Anyways, yeah. So thanks for having it. Was there anything else that we were gonna do, or was that it?
I didn't have anything else.
All right then.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, all those things.
Oh.
Have a good day, everybody.
One more thing.
All right, one more thing.
Even if you're like just watching this on YouTube, go to your podcast app of choice, leave a review, because it helps a lot. I realized that like even from my Spotify account, I hadn't done that yet until yesterday. So please leave a review, leave a like, comment, all that stuff.
I'm going to need you to walk me through that process to make sure I've done it too.
Okay then. Bye everyone.